What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Panda here, and today we are playing some Watcher of Realms. Guys, the next round of Immortal Codex is officially live in the game, and we're starting off with the Wasteland Titan. If you've been watching my content recently, you're aware that over the past several weeks, maybe even months at this point, we have pulled a lot of brand new healers. And I think there's a really good chance we may be able to actually hit the top 100. Let's dive right in and see what we can do. And welcome back, guys. So let's check out Immortal Codex. I want to go in and I want to look at what exactly we had on the last Immortal. Oh wait, we actually haven't had Immortal Codex since this came out. I totally forgot about that. So let's look at the team that we had before. Well, actually, here, let's do an auto fight, because then we can see the team that we had before, and then we can compare to the new team that we have now. So you can see that in our comp here, we're still using quite a few epics, right? We're using Vortex, we're using Medan, we're using Nisande, and we're using Hollow. We're also using Gwendolyn and Elowen, which are, of course, legendaries and relatively good for this combat. But I do want to see what we can do with a ton of the new healers that we've picked up. Primarily, we've picked up Sadie, which is a huge beneficial champion in here. We've also picked up Eunomia, who is also incredible. She gives us a ton of additional attack speed and has cleanses as well. We've also picked up Ezrin, and I actually have Ezrin's exclusive artifact, which I think could prove to be very potentially good in this situation. Part of me is thinking that we're going to potentially remove Nisande for Ezrin, Vortex for Sadie, and instead of Medan, we're going to use Eunomia and kind of see if that fits. I think that that's the comp that I want to try out. I do want to look at the leaderboards and see if that does make sense, but we'll kind of see what happens. We're making good progress here. You can see we are hitting S+. We did before, I think we got to like 1 or 2%, so we were doing really well before. It's not like, we weren't doing well, but we definitely have a lot of room for improvement, and I think that we definitely have a good chance of hitting triple S now that we have all these new champions added. But there is the final score, 1386220. Not a bad score at all. And of course, this is the team that we were using previously. You can see we're using 4A5 epics, and then of course we have Elowen and Gwendolyn, and we're getting good heals, right? Like, we're getting a lot of good heals out. Of course, Gwendolyn doesn't actually show up because she does shielding, but we're getting a decent chunk of heals. But let's see what we can do using a little bit of a different team. So let's check out the leaderboard first to start out. And you see a lot of things are really important here, right? We are seeing Elowen, we are seeing Sadie. Sadie's a big one, right? That damage reduction from her ultimate is very good. We're also seeing Pharisee here. I believe Pharisee, he has inspiration, I think, is the main reason. I think doesn't he also have, yeah, he has AoE damage reduction to allies in range. That's the biggest thing, I think, for him. And whenever an ally in range does receive AoE damage, their received healing is also increased, right? So that's really good here. Of course, we don't have Pharisee, so that's not going to be something we can do. Let's see. So here's a Eunomia. We're seeing a lot of healing from her, I would assume. Yeah, look at that, 123. That definitely checks out for me. Where else? Carnelian makes sense. Are we seeing Ezrin? I actually don't see any Ezrins up here. Oh, here's an Ezrin. Let's see what this Ezrin's capable of doing. So actually not a large chunk. We're actually seeing more out of Vortex. But let's see what we can do. I want to give this comp a try. I don't know if it's the best option, but I want to give it a try because we can still throw Medan, Vortex, and Nisande back in. But I do kind of like this idea. So let's see what we can do in terms of setting things up. And kind of go from there. So we're going to play it pretty slowly because I want to make sure I get the right setup. So first things first is I know that this goes here. And so that means that we have to use these 5 tiles as best as we can to place our units. So let's go ahead and do this. And then I kind of like this because then Hollow will hit everybody. So let's do that. And then I think that Elowen goes like this, maybe. And then Eunomia goes like this. And then Ezrin like this. And then Gwendolyn like that, maybe? Does that maybe make sense? I'm not sure, because I think one of the big things is I'm still not hitting these front two, which I think could, you know, potentially be a problem. But let's see what we can do. Let's see if we can get some success out of this team. All right, so here we go, pushing into the actual boss rush for part. So here we go. We're going to go ahead and pop some of our stuff here. All right, and then we're going to just put it on auto, and we're going to let the heals go. And we're just going to watch, because I want to see if this makes sense, because we are losing these front two. So we might need to change it up a little bit so we're actually hitting the front two as well. That could end up being, you know, beneficial for us. But let's see. Okay, Sadie's ultimate is timed pretty well for, I think, every other Roar of Sands, give or take, I believe. Okay, so there goes that front one, so that is fine. Okay. Let's go ahead and do this just to make sure we keep them up as much as we can. So yeah, here's Sadie with the ultimate. Perfect. We're delaying it quite a bit. We're hitting A+. So that's good. We did lose this one just a little bit there, so that's unfortunate. We are starting to take a good chunk of damage on our hollow. Let's keep these up. Focusing a lot on these 5 towers, I think, makes it so that we survive a lot longer, which I think is really helpful. Okay, so we did lose Eunomia. We did lose this front left tower. Let's go ahead and get some heals from that. Okay, we lost hollow there. All right, so this actually is proving to be less beneficial. Okay, Sadie is definitely doing a lot of work. I can feel that for sure. We are getting a lot of benefit from having Sadie here. We're actually going to wait till right after this. Okay, and then we're going to place Eunomia. There we go. We get the Sadie ultimate off, and then we're going to wait till right after this. Oh, dang. Okay. Can we get it done? I don't think Sadie's strong enough to heal them back up, unfortunately. Yeah, so that's going to be it. I feel like that went okay. I feel like it went okay. I feel like this is definitely less than what we just did, though. If I remember correctly, this is less than what we did, right? Yeah. So let's look at the healing we got, and let's kind of determine if that makes sense. Okay, so Ezrin did pretty low. Sadie is not really there for the healing so much, right? But Eunomia did a decent chunk. Hollow's still doing a lot of the healing for sure. Let's go take a look at. I think it might be more beneficial to actually bring in someone over Ezrin, because he doesn't have a lot of skills, right? Let's see. Yeah. Let's maybe not use Ezrin. Let's take Ezrin out and let's put someone else in. Let's see here. Let me think about this for a second. Let's do Medan. She's still geared up. I think we can take what was oh, he was using his exclusive, right? So this is fine. We could potentially throw on does she do, I don't remember if she does singular here. She does AoE, yeah. So Taya's bomb's actually probably fine. Because this is single target healing. Yeah, so we'll just keep the Tia's Bomb on her for now. Let's try this instead, and let's try a little bit of a different setup, because this will maybe allow us to have better uptime on the cleanse potential. So let's go ahead and place our cleansers first. So this will cleanse these 3 down here. And then we'll place Madonna in the same spot over here, and that will handle that, right? And then, of course, we're going to place Sadie here. And then I think Hollow still goes here. And then we can place Gwen like this and Eunomia like that. And maybe this makes more sense, because then we have healing on these front 2 from the Midon and the Eloin. We also have cleanses on everyone, right? Because Eloin will cleanse the right side, Midon will cleanse the left side, and then Eunomia cleanses the middle, which I think is really, really helpful. We're still getting the rage from Hollow hitting everybody. We're still getting attack speed on everyone except Midon from the Eunomia, which I think is very helpful. Okay, we're going to pop Sadie here. Then we're going to do this. And then we'll pop that, and then we'll stick everything on auto. So Madon is struggling a little bit to keep up the left side here, which is not super surprising because she is kind of like our weakest healer. But we can keep up the left side a little bit more with the use of the Eloin nymph lady, whatever it's called, the green lady that we get. We are keeping up the right side over here with Eloin. Eloin is strong enough to keep up the right side tower, which is really good. We can help this left side, at least the one left side tower with the elf. We can't handle the front left one. But it looks like we're able to keep them up for a good chunk of time. I definitely feel like we are ahead of the game right now because we've had higher uptime on the 7, right, with relatively equal uptime on the 5, which I think is important. We're going to hold this for the next one. Okay, we'll use this now. Okay. We're not doing too bad here. Right, there's the damage reduction from Madon. That's really helpful. Okay, Hollow's starting to get chunked. That's for sure. We'll keep up that left side tower there. Okay, there's the Sadie ultimate. Perfect. Eloin ultimate to get our ladies back up. I definitely think this is going to end up being better than the last one for sure. So there goes Hollow, which is not super surprising there. I think she's our lowest. Oh, there goes Eloin. That's not good. Oh, are we going to survive this? Oh, boy. Okay, there's Gwendolyn. Okay, okay. Oh, no, we lost her. Okay, we got this. We're okay. We got this. Come on, I believe. I believe. Oh, no. Okay, so this was better than the last one. I don't think it was better than the first one, though. Let's see what that puts us at. Let's see. Is that better? It's not better. Okay, let's look at the healing. Let's see what we got here. So Eunomia doing a lot better there. Eloin's still doing pretty good. Hollow's doing pretty good. Again, Sadie not doing a lot of healing, but she's mainly there for the damage reduction on the ultimates. Is kind of the primary use of her. I wonder if Gwen's just not doing enough. I wonder if maybe that is the thing. Because we are still seeing, like, we still have Nisande up here in the top. I'm going to try that. I'm going to take Gwen out. And I want to put Nisande back in. Because Nisande does do really, really good things, right? She's got attack-based healing. She has this huge attack speed increase. And her ultimate will bounce, which makes it a lot easier to hit those side towers. But then also, her awakens... where is it? Yeah, when she's on the field, she just gives a flat attack speed, right? And then triggering Mania when casting the ultimate skill, Chain of Healing. And Mania is that attack speed increase, right? So we have a really, really high uptime on that, which I think is really, really good. So let's go ahead. Let's see here. I actually should swap. I just realized I need to swap some other stuff around too. Hollow actually should have the big one. That was definitely a mistake on my part there, but that's okay. That's okay. So let's try it like this with Nisande instead of Gwendolyn. I think this could potentially prove to be more beneficial than the other way around. So let's set some stuff up here. Okay, so first things first, Eloin I think still goes like this. Madon I think still goes like this. And Sadie, of course, still goes like this. Then, of course, I do think that this is still how this goes. I do still like Eunomia like this. And so I guess we just do Nisande like this. Or maybe it's like this. Huh. Like this? I kind of like it like this. Let's do it like this. Because then we get more attack speed. I'm definitely going to sort of look at some other content that people have put out and see, you know, if people have sort of like better setups. Because I am curious if we can get a better setup. I think we potentially can. All right, let's turn auto on. And let's go from here. Let's kind of see what we're getting. So this front left one is healing a little bit better, I feel. Because we have the Nisande there, who's kind of being able to bounce the heals off of these front people. It also, having Nisande here, I think, helps a lot more with keeping the people here healed up. So Midon's heals can focus more on these front two people. Right? Let's keep this one up. With that, we're also able to bounce over here to the right, so Eloin's maybe able to keep Eunomia alive a little bit better that way. We're doing pretty good so far. I feel like we're actually higher than we were before, because I don't think we've lost these towers many times. Because I think we were around here at like 240, so are we like a good 20 seconds ahead now with Nisande on board? Just having the attack speed and the additional heals over the shields is maybe just that much better. Is that what we're seeing here? Is that what it is? Is Gwendolyn's just terrible for this area of gameplay? All right, we're going to drop it now. Keep these left ones up. Okay, here comes the Sadie ultimate. Perfect timing. Yeah, we're doing so much better than we were doing before. Nisande really is just the queen of this when it comes to epics. Okay, we are starting to take a ton of damage. So I'm going to actually slow this down. Because I want to try and use Sadie ultimate a little bit better. I am worried Hollow could die here. Okay, Hollow survives. That's really good. Is Hollow going to die here, though? Hollow does die there. Okay. Not super surprising, but here we go. We pop Sadie ultimate here. And we're going to pop these other two ultimates here as well. This helps a lot with survivability, I think. Okay, Sadie ultimate is down, so I think everyone probably just dies here. Ooh, they survive. Okay, that's really good. That's really, really good. Come on, survive one more. Come on, come on, come on. That's unfortunate. And unfortunately, I think that is probably the end of it. This was definitely better than before, though, which is really good. But yeah, I think this is definitely going to be it. Yep, there goes the Sadie, and they're going to die in this next hit, I'm sure. Boom, boom, boom. 147, though, is definitely better than our first run, if I remember correctly. It is. It is better than our first run. So there we go. Let's take a look at the heals now. And I think we're going to find Nisande is back up on top, baby. So unsurprised by this. Nisande was definitely, I think, our strongest healer before. So it's not surprising to see that she's as strong as she is now. Eunomia is still bringing in crazy, crazy good stuff. Of course, Eloin doing really well as well. Hollow, Sadie, and Midon are definitely lower, but I think that's sort of to be expected. Hollow's built in a typical guild boss run, so her heals are actually meant to be small in order to apply rage. And Sadie's mainly there, again, like I've said before, for the damage reduction, and her ultimate to be able to sort of delay the damage. Midon there for damage reduction and cleanses. It all kind of makes sense. Let's see where that puts us. I do think that Triple S is possible. Yeah, we're so close. Look at that, 27,000 away. I think if I were to play it more on manual, we could definitely hit that number, and be able to push up to, you know, SS plus. I do think it's possible. I definitely think it's possible. I do need to do a little more specific play and kind of see what we can figure out. But other than that, I'm really excited to continue pressing this, because we also have, of course, these other 2 bosses that are coming up, which is the Hellfire Emperor, which you can see here. This is the team we ran before. Pretty good team, but I think we've got some better stuff now. We have Crowbar built a little stronger, etc. And then, of course, we also have the Furious Torrent coming back, where we actually have Eovar now in place of Aracha, which is huge, because just having an extra person on the field is, I think, going to be very, very good for the Furious Torrents, because we're going to have someone else that can deal damage. But guys, that's going to be it for me today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will definitely be making more Immortal Codex content over the next several days, well, over the next really like almost 2 weeks, because I'll probably make some update videos as we push along. We're definitely going to put in some more work. I might sit down with some of my buddies and figure out some better setups. But this is what I've been trying. This is what I've been testing. It's been a while since I've actually played the Titan, because I haven't pulled any new healers prior to, you know, after the last Titan was here. After the last Titan was here was when I started pulling all these really good healers. So a lot has changed since the last time I played the Titan, but I definitely think we have a relatively okay setup. Let me know in the comment section down below if you have any recommendations for champion changes, gear changes, artifact changes, etc. I definitely think that we have a lot of room to grow, but I also think that it's highly possible that we're able to push a lot higher, especially once we get some more skill ups on our champions and some better artifact upgrades, etc. But guys, that's gonna be it for me today. Don't forget to hit that sub button, as it does help push the channel towards our goal of 5,000 by the end of the year. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.